Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. For today's video, I am going to be talking all about my current favorite products. I feel like it has been so long since I just sat down and filmed a favorites video and chatted about all of the products I've been loving recently, whether it's skincare, makeup, all of the above, or just things that I'm loving in my day-to-day life. I figured it was time to gather all of these products and share them with you. So some of these products might be things that you've seen on my channel recently that I've been testing out or was giving you my first impression on that I've just been loving and have worked their way into my everyday routine. Or some of these products I've kind of just been like testing out off camera, old favorites that I'm loving again. Just anything that I'm loving, I'm going to be talking about in today's video. So I really hope that you guys enjoy, and if you want to see my current beauty favorites, make sure to keep on watching. The first thing that I want to talk about in this video is skincare, because there are two products that I've been absolutely loving in my routine that I feel like have made such a difference. And the first one I don't think I've talked about on my channel yet at all, and that is the La Roche-Posay Toleriane Double Repair Face Moisturizer with SPF 30. Now, I never used SPF every single day. I want to say before a month ago now, I started testing this out and implementing it into my morning skincare routine. I was always so bad. I was definitely that person that only applied sunscreen on vacation, like when you go to the beach. I was never an SPF everyday type of girl until I discovered this by La Roche-Posay. I absolutely love their Toleriane Hydrating Cleanser, and I wanted to get the matching moisturizer. So this has been incredible. As someone who has sensitive skin, I always feel like I tend to have reactions with foundation products with SPF. So I was nervous to dip into a straight up moisturizer with SPF, but this has been amazing on my skin. It's so gentle. It has such a nice lightweight texture while still nourishing my skin so well every single morning. I just love how this feels after a good cleanse, and I'm happy that I'm getting that SPF UV protection in every single day, because it was definitely something that I always neglected up until about a month ago. There's no white cast. It doesn't leave a greasy feeling. It just leaves you really nice and hydrated and soaks into the skin really quickly, so you're able to go right in and do your makeup afterwards. The next skincare product that I have been loving, I have mentioned once before on my channel, but I hadn't really had my thoughts together. I mentioned it in the 21 questions tag. That was like, what was your most recent purchase? And that is the Ordinary 10% lactic acid plus hyaluronic acid. This stuff, you guys, now that I've been using this for close to a month, even though it doesn't look like I used a lot, this is only something that I use on my skin once a week. Oh, you guys, this is so good. This has absolutely changed the game for me when it comes to my skincare routine. I've always cleansed, I've always moisturized, use oil, sometimes I use a toner here and there, but I wasn't getting rid of my texture. I wanted something that was going to get rid of my texture, smooth out my skin, but that wasn't going to be too harsh on my sensitive skin. It's supposed to target like fine lines, skin texture, and just overall help even out the appearance of your skin. And I have to say, this has made the biggest difference in how my skin has been looking. I just use this once a week, sometimes twice a week, now that I've been using it for about a month, and I feel like my skin is tolerant to it and has started adjusting to it. Sometimes I will use this twice a week, and I have seen the biggest difference when it comes to texture in my skin. My foundation has been applying so much smoother. My skin overall just has a very smooth appearance to it, especially when I'm not wearing makeup. This has completely changed the skincare game for me. Using the lactic acid is another reason why I started with SPF, because using AHAs and products like lactic acid or whatever it may be, they can increase your sensitivity to sunlight. It might make you more prone to sun damage or sunburn. These two have been the dream team for me. I seriously feel like my skin has never looked better. So definitely run out and try these, you guys. They are so good. The next couple of favorites that I'm going to mention are all new foundations slash base products. I feel like 2021 is the year of base products for me so far. I have tried so many that I have liked. A couple didn't work out for me, unfortunately. unfortunately. And I do think I will be following this video up sometime in the coming month with a disappointing products video, like a first impression fails type of video. But today I obviously wanted to talk about things that I have been loving. So the first product that you guys recently have seen here on my channel, all of these you've recently seen here on my channel in first impression videos, but this is the Wet n Wild Bare Focused Tinted Hydrator. I tested out a bunch of new Wet n Wild makeup recently in a video, and this was a huge standout product to me. And I said in that video, I didn't think I would love a product like this so much because I'm a full coverage girl like my makeup today. I like to wear a full face of foundation, concealer, powder, or nothing on the skin. So for me to like something like this that is like sheer buildable coverage was very surprising to me, but it looks so stunning on the skin. I didn't even use this with primer and it lasted all day long. And I said a couple times in that video as well, this is going to be perfection for the summertime when you want to throw something on quick. If you like wearing makeup to the pool or the beach, it's definitely a huge your skin but better type of skin tint. If you guys want to see how this performed on my skin for like 8 hours, you can definitely check out my recent video on these Wet n Wild products. But I'm telling you, it is just the most beautiful skin veil, and I definitely see myself using this a ton this summer. Another foundation that I recently tested out here on my channel that I have been loving is the Rare Beauty foundation by Selena Gomez. Again, you could check out my full video on this for all of the details, but moral of the story, this looks so nice on the skin. This definitely gives a lot more coverage than the tinted hydrator that I just talked about. This foundation formula is packed full of pigments. Like a little tiny bit of this, a couple dots, goes such a long way. And it has such an overall nice smoothing airbrushed effect to the skin. Even at the end of the day, like 8 hours of wearing this, I didn't have to touch up at all, and it just kept my skin looking very, very flawless. I really enjoy the packaging on this foundation as well. Here's a little close-up. It just has that giant doe foot applicator, which makes application really easy. You just dot it on your face, go in with a brush or a sponge, and you have flawless coverage in seconds because it's very, very high pigment. Like I said, I've seen some people on Rare Beauty's TikTok do the 1-dot foundation challenge, and they get a nice even look to their skin, like light to medium coverage with just 1 dot of this very, very pigmented foundation. Or you could build it up to be very glam. You could use a lot of this on your face and you get full glam. So it's very versatile. I think someone who doesn't want to have a lot of foundations in their collection, but you still want that option of light coverage one day and then a higher coverage the next day, the Rare Beauty foundation is a really great one to have. And if I didn't mention already, I wear mine in the shade 190W, which is like slightly yellow and golden on me. But once I have my full face on, I definitely think it's the closest that I was able to match myself in the shade range. The very last base product or foundation that I want to chat about today that I've been loving, and yes, I did just test this out for the first time yesterday. Today is only the second day that I'm wearing this foundation, but I already know I love it. It's just one of those products that I instantly know it was a no-brainer for me. That is the Essence Pretty Natural Hydrating Foundation with hyaluronic acid and aloe vera. Run and go get this, you guys. Honestly, I think this might be slightly better than the Rare Beauty foundation, but I find that it gives a little bit more of a natural finish, a little bit more of a hydrating finish compared to the Rare Beauty foundation. And also it's $6.99 compared to the $29 or $30 that this foundation is. This was instantly impressive. I knew right away that I loved this foundation. It just has every single quality in a foundation that I look for: long lasting, medium to full coverage, natural finish, hydrating qualities. The shade matches me. It's an amazing drugstore foundation. You guys will even see in my full wear test on this, it lasted really long. I wore it for almost 10 hours and it did not budge on my skin. It looked absolutely amazing. And I even went as far to compare this to my beloved Maybelline Superstay, which you guys know is my favorite. So if something is comparing to that, or if I think something is just as good as that, that means a lot because I swear by that foundation. foundation under all circumstances. So this is really great. Again, it's only $6.99. My current favorite mascara at the moment is the Maybelline Sky High Mascara. Another recent first impression when I tested out some viral TikTok makeup. And honestly, this is the only product in that video that really stuck with me that I've been using every single day that was genuinely impressive. I honestly think this is one of the best mascaras I've ever tried, and I've seen some people say it's overhyped. I personally don't think so. I really think that this mascara deserves all of the hype that it is getting. I feel like my eyelashes have never looked longer. They just look so thick. Even yesterday, my mom was like, your eyelashes look so good. What mascara are you wearing? I will say the only one little tiny negative thing is removing the mascara is a little bit hard. It kind of comes off like a waterproof mascara. It is a washable formula. It just doesn't come off with as much ease as other mascaras in my collection. But with that being said, my eyelashes stay curled for longer. They stay longer looking throughout the day. So I think there's something in this that makes it a little bit harder to remove, but also keeps your eyelashes looking amazing throughout the day. This has been my recent obsession. I don't think that I've reached for any other of my favorite mascaras since I tested this out in my TikTok video. I personally think this deserves all of the hype that it's been getting, and it is the best mascara that I've tried in a really long time. Can you guys see my eyelashes? I know some of you might be like, your eyelashes are so short, I don't see a difference, but to me, I see such a difference with this mascara lengthwise because I always have had extremely short natural lashes. So to me, this is amazing length that I get with this mascara, and I just think it is so worth it. I actually have a high-end favorite, which is surprising. I've been definitely diving into a lot of drugstore makeup recently, but the bronzer that I've been using every single day is the Fenty Beauty Sunstalker Instant Warmth Bronzer. I have mine in the shade Shady Biz. It has some fingerprints on it, but it has this gorgeous like coppery gold mirrored packaging. Hopefully you guys can see the sun is kind of shining in here a little strong right now, but this is the bronzer that I've been wearing today. And as I said already, probably in every single video that you guys have been seeing from me, but I really love the formula of this bronzer because it's very buildable. You can kind of start off light with this and build up to the amount of bronze that you want on the skin. I personally like a little bit more of a heavy bronze, so I like to do a couple layers of this bronzer. It blends out extremely quick and easy and just makes bronzing my skin such a breeze. I don't know about you guys, but sometimes I've used bronzers in the past that are like muddy or patchy, and I need to take a lot of extra time blending them out, or they're like a weird color to contour my nose. None of that happens with this bronzer. It's just very quick and easy to bronze the skin, and I really like that I could use this again more for like a quick wash of bronze when I'm just using, let's say, like the tinted hydrator and I just want to warm up my face a little bit, or I could go like really intense and heavy bronze with this as well. You have nice control over this formula, which is one of the best qualities that a bronzer can have. I have a new blush obsession, you guys. This is Winky Lux Cheeky Rose Blush in the shade Brilliant. This is one of their cream blushes that is in the shape of a rose. This is just altogether gorgeous. This packaging and just the actual shape of the product and everything. I think it is so unique and just stunning to have in my collection. And I'm typically not a huge cream product person. Do you guys see how pigmented that is? I literally just swirled around the top of the rose one time, but this I have been obsessed with. It gives the most natural yet impactful wash of color on the cheeks, and you guys know I love these like orangey peachy shades, so out of the couple that I have, this is definitely my favorite from the collection. I'm so excited for this new makeup trend of just like lighter, more natural looking makeup, lots of cream products, lots of luminosity, and I think a product like this, I could just see like mascara, so much blush, a good like fluffy eyebrow. This is just going to be stunning. Going into the spring and summer, I've already been wearing it, but it's just such a great cream blush formula. And I do believe that Winky Lux is available at Target now. At least my local Target has it, so really accessible as well. You don't have to order them online anymore. Sticking on the blush theme, a powder blush that I've been loving using every single day, it's the blush that I'm wearing today as well, is the AOA Studio Perfect Blush. These are the dollar blushes from Shop Miss A. if you guys can see right there. It's super tiny and cute. I don't know if it's like the size of it is really pulling on camera in comparison to how big the Fenty bronzer looks next to it. The formula is really nice on this blush. It lasts all day long, gives a nice wash of color on the cheek, buildable as well. But I just think my favorite part about this blush is the actual shade, in the shade Wispy. It's just like that perfect nude, but kind of peachy, kind of pink, kind of red. It's just very, very unique. I've been very into this shade of blush, especially again as we go on into the warmer months. I've been really liking to do my cream blush first with the Winky Lux cream blush and then going over it with this. So that's really been my favorite, like bright and alive and just fresh blush combination for sure. So again, this is the AOA Studio Perfect Blush in the shade Wispy. Only $1. I really, really love these. Wrapping up this video with eyeshadow palettes. I have 2 eyeshadow palettes that I have really been into that have been my current favorites. The first one is just like my go-to everyday standard all matte shade. This is the Makeup by Mario Master Mattes eyeshadow palette, famously known as Kim Kardashian's makeup artist. He came out with his own line of products. This is 1000% up my alley. This is something that I reach for every single day. I love these like more mustardy browns, some of the more neutral browns. Like this section right here is my jam, you guys. I use these on a daily basis. On my eyes today, I'm wearing this shade right here, this shade, as well as this shade. So these 3 shades. I wanted to create something like very soft, kind of mustardy yellow tones on my eyes today, and this palette is perfect for that. I will say I definitely think, let's say in comparison to like an Anastasia shadow or something like that, these have a very light pigmentation to them, meaning when you apply them on the eye, there's no fallout. You're not going to get a super intense pigmentation right away. I find that this is a palette that I really have to build up, take a little bit more time working with, but I really love that about this palette. It's really easy to work with. I love taking my time to build up shades instead of like packing a color on and then you get all this fallout under your eye and you don't know like which direction to blend it, or you get too large of a blend because there's so much extra pigment. I think Mario, as a professional makeup artist, knows that you want to start off really light, kind of builds it up, and then get to that pigmented place where you want to be at. And that's exactly the type of formula that he put into his palette. So I've been loving the Makeup by Mario Master Mattes palette. On the opposite spectrum of things, a little bit more affordable and indie, I have been obsessing over the At Forest Sight palette by Raw Beauty Kristi. This was something that I purchased the day it launched. I filmed a video on it. I kind of tested it out. I did a full eye look. To be honest with you guys, that video didn't do so well here on my channel, so it kind of discouraged me from using this palette or really showing it on my channel. I know it's not a great reason, but I just get really weird and in my head when videos don't perform too well. So I put this down for a couple of months. I just picked it up about 2 weeks ago, and I've just been so obsessed with this again. I absolutely love the color story in here. It's very unique, very like vibrant and colorful for spring, yet it's very wearable at the same time. So here's a good up close of the palette. I'm also wearing this mustardy shade kind of at the top of my transition here today, just to tie some more mustard into my look. But this is very fun to me. It's like a fun, subdued, wearable way to do a rainbow. I feel like if you guys kind of see that too. Not to mention ColourPop formula is incredible. I love Raw Beauty Kristi, so I always want to support her. I just think she put this palette together so well. Definitely one of the more unique palettes that I've seen in a long time, especially from ColourPop, who I feel like needs to slow down on coming out with eyeshadow palettes. This one just stood out to me a ton. I love the names, love the packaging with like the mushrooms and just the whole forest theme. So this is another palette that I have been really, really enjoying, again with an incredible eyeshadow formula. I love ColourPop's formula. All right, you guys, so that is going to complete this video. Those are my current beauty favorites. Those are all the makeup products as well as some skincare products that I've been loving recently. I really hope that you guys enjoyed seeing this video and spending time with me today. If you did, and if you want to see more favorites videos from me in the future, please make sure to give this video a thumbs up. It really helps me out. Also, make sure you guys are subscribed to my channel before you leave. I would love to have you guys here as part of my little YouTube fam. If you don't want to miss out on any any of my future videos, click that notification bell down below and you'll get notified every single time that I upload a new video. As always, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye guys!